Welcome everyone, welcome. My name is Mac the Lion and I welcome you to another episode of Son of Elijah. Today we're going to be looking into the art of control. What is control? First, we have spiritual control. Second, we have bodily or physical control. Then third, we have the soulical or the mental control. There are people who are working night and day, doing everything they can to make sure they control this life, they control the inhabitants of this earth, and ultimately control the output of how this life should be. So there are two parties I've already made very clear. Those that are spiritual beings represented or headed by Satan on the side of evil and darkness. Then now we have the physical that is made up of human beings. Now human beings, of course, as you may know, is spirit, soul and body. So the devil does, or Satan does, everything he can to operate from the spiritual realm in order to counter everything we do in the physical. But at the same time, Satan has his agents or agencies or individuals who are on his side, and these individuals who are on his side are people who do everything he wants them to do, so that at the end of the day humanity makes decisions and do things to regulate the outcome that they want. And based on that, they manipulate the system, they manipulate the life that we live in, they manipulate humans to make decisions on a daily basis in order to feed the agenda or the outcome that they want. Now these entities, you must know, are agencies. So let's just call them agencies because they represent Satan's desires on the earth. Then at the same time, now we have those who are part of humanity that wants to line up in the side of God. Now God, who created the heavens and the earth, is in charge of all things. But even though he's in charge of all things, he still made us free moral agents, and we have the right to make decisions and do things based on what we want to do. And of course he wants us to choose, but he still gave us the option to choose, but at the same time advising us to make choices in line with what he wants. So there are those who make choices based on what God wants, and those who make choices based on what the wicked one wants. Now the wicked one always promises to give them a certain level of pleasure or reward in the physical world, promising them a kingdom that truly doesn't exist, so at the end of the day they can line up with him. And unfortunately Satan has an army, and his army doesn't just comprise of spiritual beings who are demons, devils, Satan's principalities and powers, but also he has another army that is comprised of human beings that are spirit beings representing their spirit man on the other side of wickedness. So they do everything they can in order to push evil in our world. So my job here is to bring you into the know, bring you to a place of revelation and understanding, so that you can be better equipped to fight the battles that are before us. Because the enemy is slinging and he's throwing stones, he's pushing hard, he's punching hard, he's doing everything he can in order to bring people to a place of destruction and deprecation. But many of us are trying to fight back, but unfortunately we are fighting in the dark. So we are just shadow boxing and we are not hitting our target. So my mission today, and many more teachings I'm going to bring here, is to bring you to a place of revelatory impact, so that you can make qualitative decisions and know how to punch, and your punches can land, and understand the one you are dealing with and how he operates. So now we title our meeting Son of Elijah because we are here to expose a kingdom. That kingdom is also called Mystery Babylon. It is documented in the chapters of 14, 15, 16, all the way to 19 of the book of Revelation. And it talks about a kingdom that is existing. That kingdom actually sits at the belly of the waters. And that kingdom is regulated by satanic entities, but expressed through physical individuals who exist as human beings that represent Satan's army. And through that union or satanic alignment, they are able to push Satan's agenda in the physical earth and try and bring man to do things that he ought not to do. So now in today's teaching on the artistry of control, because everything that kingdom represents, which is also the kingdom of darkness, which is the intelligence of the dragon, which is also, because he's called the dragon in the book of Revelation, Satan, the devil, the ancient serpent, one individual. He's called the dragon in the book of Revelation chapter 12. And everything he does, he tries to do is to deceive mankind, to seduce mankind, and to corrupt mankind. And all that he does is to bring mankind to a place of deprecation and destruction, so that ultimately they can end up where he's ending up. But my mission today is to expose him and expose his workings, but based on his destructive intelligence. Because this is not just someone talking or trying to share revelatory insights into things that are happening behind the scenes, or like the way people talk about the Illuminati or things of that nature, or cults or groups. No, this is not about conspiracy theory. These are principles that are rooted in scriptures, but at the same time, I'll be lighthearted on the scriptures so that I can make it comfortable and easy for you to digest and comprehend. And for some of us who are Christians, I would also paste relevant scriptures in alignment also, so that you can go and check and read it and see that it's properly documented as so. Because you must understand that it's a kingdom which is called the kingdom of darkness. But beyond that, remember in Genesis chapter 1, the Bible says, and God created the heavens and the earth. And the next verse now says, and darkness was on the face of the deep, and the earth was without form and void. So it was empty of substance. The earth was formless. But he now said, well, darkness was on the face of the deep. The deep is the belly of the waters. That means the headquarters of Satan's kingdom is actually in the belly of the waters. It's in the depths. It's his knowledge base, and it's called Mystery Babylon. And from there, that's where the artistry of wickedness is executed. Now, the centrality of Satan's mandate from the belly of the waters is the artistry of control. How do you control mankind so that they can be able to make decisions on a daily basis to deprecate themselves and schedule themselves for destruction, even as he is scheduled for destruction? That is the whole artistry of this wickedness. And Satan is walking in tangent with agencies on the earth who are individuals that he has corrupted over time, that now have no option but to function just like he would have them to be. And at the end of the day, he uses those individuals, try and get them into places wherein they are elitist in their functionality, so that they can have influence and have authority to function on the earth on a high level. And with their influence and authority, they are able to draw the rest of humanity and influence them into a place of deprecation. So that at the end of the day, decisions that are made, things that are done, are drawn in such a way. Individuals are doing everything they can, even without knowing, to schedule themselves for destruction. Remember, his mission is tripartite: to steal, kill, destroy. He steals from the soul, he kills the body, and he tries to destroy the eternal human spirit eternally with him at the end of the day. That is his mandate, that is his mission. In short, he spoke to me the other day, and I joke not, and he said, my mission is very simple. How do I get humanity to use their own hands and destroy themselves? That's what I try and do. And that thing is called power. Because force is when you make someone by exerting energy upon them to do something. But when you don't have to exert energy, you just have to manipulate them, control them, lie to them, and influence them to use their own hand to deprecate themselves. It is called power. But not just ordinary power. This is corrupted power. This is corrupted power. This is the citadel of falsehood and deception. And this is where the enemy uses deception, seduction, and the artistry of corruption to mutilate all of humanity and bring them to a place of deprecation and destruction, so that they are wasted and so that they don't end up sharing eternity with God, who created them and who also sent his son to die for them and redeem them by his blood, so that they don't take advantage of that and ultimately be ruined. So this is the artistry of ruination, but control is the name of the game here. So now I'm going to explain some things intricately so that we can understand how the functionality of this kingdom operates, so that we can take full advantage of that which is occurring in our world, so that we can run the race that is before us and do what is necessary, so that we can make the impact that is necessary for us to bring about the change and fight and push back on the agencies of wickedness and upon Satan himself, who is the authority that is operating behind the scene, pushing these agencies to do what he wants, so that at the end of the day, humanity is brought to a place of ruination. My name is Mark the Lion. I hope you've enjoyed this. I will see you in the next one. Please do like and subscribe and join me in the next one. Bye.